In the heart of Amaka village lived Obi, a man whose heart was big, but whose mouth was even bigger.
Listen, everyone! Ho! My beautiful Chioma is with child.
But for Chioma, the good news soon turned into a nightmare of endless questions and unwanted advice.
Is this what you wanted, Obi? I can't even breathe. Your mouth has chased my peace away. This is all your fault.
In today's video, I'm going to show you how to generate long 3D cartoon stories similar to what you just watched, simply by just entering one single prompt. Now, this single prompt doesn't have to be anything really special. All you have to do is literally just describe the kind of story you want. In the new AI tool, it's going to handle everything for you. And I'm talking from generating the characters in your story and maintaining consistency in every single scene, so they are going to look the same. Also, it is going to go so far as to generate the videos for the story and making sure each character is able to speak in there as well. This is mind-blowing. Now, this is actually possible due to a new feature Google recently released in their Google Flow called Agent, and that is what we are going to check out in today's video. And yes, this platform has a free version, and the free version is what we are going to use. So this is the platform Google Flow. You are simply going to click on new project, just like this. This interface is going to pop up, and at the very bottom right here, I believe you can see Agent. That is what we are going to use. Now, before we even proceed with the video, you need to first of all understand how to go about prompting it. Yes, you can simply paste the story in there, but it really wouldn't understand what you want, because the agent is more or less of a friend, let's put it that way. So imagine walking up to your friend and you just start telling a story. It is not really going to make any sense. I believe you get what I'm trying to say. You sort of have to give them why you are telling the story, so on and so forth. So let's first of all understand how to go about prompting this. All your prompts should follow this specific format right here. Take a look at it. Act as a movie director for a 30 seconds 3D cartoon style story where all the characters are Nigerians. Let me explain. If you noticed at the very beginning, I asked you to act as a movie director. I'm giving it a role to play. So you should always give it a role to play based on what task you want it to perform. Yes, it is going to play a role as a movie director, but what should it do? Now, it should generate a 30 seconds video. This is where you are going to enter the length of the video you want. So if you want to generate, let's say, a 30 minutes video, simply enter 30 minutes right here. But since we are trying out the free version, obviously the free version is limited, so we really can't do that much. So I'm going to use 30 seconds just as an example. But after trying it out, if it is okay to you, you can go on ahead and upgrade. So this section is where you are going to make sure the video is going to be a very long one. Now, what style should it generate the video in? As you noticed, I said it should generate mine in a 3D cartoon style. This is absolutely important. If you want yours in a 2D style, simply provide it there. If you want yours to be in a super realistic style, simply provide it here as well. It continues to read where all the characters are Nigerians. So I went so far to even allocate the characters with a specific nationality, making it much more interesting and specific. All I did next was provide the description of my story, just a very short story, and the story is about a young man who lives in a village where he really couldn't shut up. He just kept talking and talking and talking. He really couldn't keep a secret, so he sort of exposed to the village that his wife is pregnant, and a lot of people, that is the wife's family members, started calling her and asking of the well-being of the baby. So the wife said, well, she really can't handle the pressure anymore and decided to leave him. The remaining of the prompt reads this. This is where you are going to make the characters actually speak. But when mine writes, I sort of want to have a narrator in there. That is someone sort of telling the story and also making the characters speak themselves as well. So when the narrator is speaking and other characters want to speak, the narrator will pause for them to speak and everything is going to blend in perfectly. So let's take a look at it. It reads, make sure to add a story narrator to tell the story, but when it is time for a character to speak, the narrator should pause I believe you see it. All I am literally doing right here is just telling it what I want. It is nothing too unique or a master prompt. Another new feature Google has introduced into Google Flow is if you build a character, you can actually allocate them a specific voice. Now those voices are inbuilt voice, sort of a template voice. So if you don't state this right here, it is going to allocate them with these kind of voices. So this is how you are going to structure your prompt. All you need to do after providing everything just like this is to copy it, right? Don't worry, I'll provide this in a description so you can copy it and just modify it to suit your needs. So simply copy just like this, return to Google Flow, and in the prompt box right here, what you want to do is to select agent just like this. It is going to sort of bring up a new interface. Then paste in the prompt here just like this. Now before you click on submit, you're going to come to this section where I'm hovering the mouse pointer next to the submit, the section which says settings. Simply click on settings. Now the first one right here, select always. Now what this is going to do is before the agent proceeds to the next step, it is going to ask for your permission, saying something along the lines of, do you approve of what it has generated for you? If you don't approve it, simply tell it to generate a new one. So it is going to ask for your permission before moving on to any step. So make sure this is checked right here. Then come to this section which says image generation default and select the aspect ratio you want to generate the image in. With mine, since I'm going to post it on YouTube, it is going to be sort of in a YouTube style, but if you want to upload yours on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube Shorts, simply select 9:16. So select 16:9. And how many images should it generate? Say for example per character, we just want one image per character. Then what model do you want it to use to generate your images? I'm going to select Nano Banana 2 right here. You can select Nano Banana Pro or Imagen 4 or Imagen 4, whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to select Nano Banana 2. You're then going to come to this section which says video generation default. Then select the same aspect ratio as the image, or so it's going to be really weird when you create the video. So select it right here. And how many videos do you want to generate at a time? So let's say for each scene, how many videos do you want it to generate? 2 or 3, so that you can select one. Honestly, since we are using the free version, we are limited to a specific amount of credits, so I'm going to select 1 right here. All you need to do now is to select the model you want to use to generate your video. As you can see right here, we have Omni Flash. Simply click on it. Now Omni Flash is the new AI video generation model Google recently released, and trust me when I say it is an absolute monster. Go on ahead and select this one. You can select any one of these right here. One thing you need to keep in mind or note is each of these models here uses a different amount of credits when generating your videos. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to generate a 10 seconds video. If you use Omni Flash, it is going to cost you about 15 credits. If you use Veo 3.1 Lite, it is going to cost you about 10 credits. If you use Veo 3.1 Fast, it is going to cost you about 12 or 13 credits. But if you use the Veo 3.1 quality, it is going to cost you 100 credits. So select Omni Flash right here, then click on save. Wait a few seconds, it is going to be saved, and simply click on this arrow right here, and all you need to do is simply sit back and it's actually going to take care of everything for you. And this includes generation of the characters, maintaining the consistency, generation the scenes, then the video. So as you can see right here, it needs my approval before it proceeds to the next step. You know what, let me make this a bit larger so we can take a closer look at it. There we go. So right now, what does it need my approval for? Before I even state that, as you can see right here, this is sort of the structure it is going to follow. The village secret, which is the storyboard, it is going to start with scene 1. Now scene 1 is going to be the announcement, where the man is now going to announce that his wife is pregnant, and scene 2 is he delivering the good news to the people. Now scene 3 right here is going to be sort of the pressure his wife is going to get, that is the calls and everything from the family members. And scene 4 is going to be the confrontation, the wife going to the man and asking him why did he do that and everything is his fault. Then scene 5 right here is basically her packing her bags and leaving. So if everything is okay to you, all you need to do now is simply click approve, and it is now going to move on to the next step. There you go. So the first thing it is going to do is it is going to try to generate all the major characters that are going to play a role in there. So this one right here is his wife. That is the 25 years old wife I described, and this one right here is a 27 years old husband I described as well. So if everything is okay, simply approve it and it's now going to start generating the videos. Now this is AI. It is not going to be 100% perfect. If you generate the first one, it might not be what you want. Simply tell it to generate it again and it's going to generate another one for you. There we go. As you can see, it is done generating the first scene. Let's take a look at it to see if everything is right on point.
In the heart of Amaka village lived Obi.
Listen, everyone!
Is this what your brig? I am going to my peace away.
So this right here, what we just watched, is okay, but it is not what we wanted. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back right and then tell the agent that what it generated is not what I wanted, so it should generate a much better one. So this is what I entered in there. I don't like what you generated. Generate it one at a time, scene by scene. So I'm simply going to enter this right here and let's see what it is going to do. I went on ahead and provided more details that this should be the first scene and this should be the second scene. And now let me click on enter right here and let's see what it is going to do for us. Simply click on approve right here and let's just sit back and see what it is going to generate for us. So it's going to generate two scenes because I requested it. The first one being he sort of beating the drum, if it is actually going to get it right, and the second one being he sort of giving the announcement, which is the good news that his wife is pregnant. So let's see what it is going to generate for us. So as it is still generating, you should keep in mind, just as I said, this model is relatively new and as time goes on it is going to get better and better. So right now I would say it is not 100% perfect, but it gets the job done. So over time it is going to be absolutely great. There we go. As you can see, it is done, and just from simply describing what I wanted, the characters are still looking the same in every single scene. So with the first scene, I said the man should be sort of drumming to call the crowd to gather around. So let's take a look at it if it is exactly what I want.
In the heart of Amaka village lived Obi, a man whose heart was big, but whose mouth was even bigger.
So as you can see, it did exactly that. The man is obviously playing the drum. He switched camera angles, making it much more interesting and engaging. As you can see right here, this is a close-up shot and this right here is his point of view. Very perfect, very professional and very engaging. I really like it. So all I'm going to do is just download it onto my device. Now how are you going to do that? Simply come to this section right here where I'm hovering the mouse pointer, then click on download to download it onto your device. Now let's leave this interface and return to the second one and let's take a look at it. So this is the second one right here, and the second one should be him sort of giving the announcement that his wife is pregnant. So let's take a look at it.
Listen, everyone! Ho! My beautiful Chioma is with child.
This is absolutely wonderful. Mind-blowing, exactly what I wanted. There's a wide angle shot and I sort of zoomed into his face when he was speaking. Then as you can see, when he was done giving the announcement, the whole villagers or the members in the village sort of celebrated with him, and the camera sort of switched to their side or on them, making it much more interesting, and it gave us a much more wider view, seeing them celebrate and everything. This right here is exactly what I was looking for. So all you need to do now is to just click on the download icon one more time and it is going to be downloaded onto your device. All you need to do is to simply come to the agent section right here, then describe the next thing you want to generate for you, or tell it what you want next. It is actually going to do it for you. Now since we are using the free version, the agent is sort of also limited, so we'll get to the plans and everything in just a second. So all we need to do next after generating all the scenes individually is to sort of put everything together. With that, normally we need a separate video editing platform, which we'll get to that in just a second, but let me show you the one built into Google Flow. So you want to click on the first scene just like this. There we go, and as you can see, this is the editing interface. So what you want to do in order to cut out some of the sections is to just drag the edges just as I am doing now. In order to add the next scenes or more scenes, click on the plus icon right here, then click on the add clip right here. This is going to pop up and simply select the next scene and you are good to go. So it is this one right here. So this is the right scene. Let's take a look at it real quick.
In the heart of Amaka village lived Obi.
This is also not the right scene. Let's take a look at the other one real quick. Okay, so this is it right here. All I'm going to do now is click on add scene or add to scene. It is actually going to add it for me. If you notice the story narrator, you know what, let me play it real quick to show you.
In the heart of Amaka village lived Obi, a man whose heart was big, but whose mouth was even bigger.
If you notice, the narrator is a female. If you don't like that, simply tell it to change the narrator's voice to a male and you are good to go. But let's take a look at the transition into the next one.
Bigger.
Listen everyone! Ho! My beautiful Chioma is with child.
So it sort of transitioned into the next one, which is this one right here perfectly. Now if you want to add the next scene, simply click on the plus icon one more time, then add clip, then select the next scene and you are good to go. That is basically all you can do in here. Just add scenes and trim off the edges and also make significant changes to the actual videos themselves, but you really can't add any transitions to it. So if you want to add transitions and also be able to export your videos in 4K, this is the platform I want you to use. It is called FlexClip.com. A direct link is going to be in the description. Click on it to create an account. You're going to land on this interface. What you want to do is to come to the editing interface, right? Then click on create a video, just like this. Then select the aspect ratio your video is in. With mine, it is 16:9 since it is for YouTube. So I'm going to select it real quick. This interface is going to pop up and immediately they are going to ask you to upload your footages. So I'm going to click on it real quick. Then upload the 2 videos I downloaded from Google Flow, just like this. As you can see, they are done uploading. So all you need to do now is to simply drag them to the timeline. So this right here is the first one. Click on it and drag it here just like this. Then drag the next one here just like this. So all you need to do in order to add transition is to click on the little icon between the 2 images just like this. Then select the kind of transition you want. As always, I want something very basic and simple. And since we want to use it for free, don't go in for the ones that have the sort of icons over there. But if you want to also try them out, feel free to try them out as well. So I'm going to click on fade right here. You can now select the duration you want for the fade transition and also select the animation style for the fade as well. And what you can actually do is to also add sound effect to it. So it's going to be sort of the whoosh, clicks and those kind of stuff. It's going to add it for you for free, but I really don't like those ones. I don't like how they sound for these kind of videos. Let's take a look at it. Let me decrease the transition to around 1.1 second. Now let's take a look at the video.
But whose mouth was even bigger.
Okay, I believe you saw the transition. It did not just jump. Let me click on it one more time and increase it to about 2 seconds. No, let's make it 1.4 second. Let's take a look at it.
Big, but whose mouth was even bigger.
I believe you
Listen
saw
everyone!
that.
Ho! My beautiful Chioma is with child.
I believe you saw that. Very nice, very interesting. If you want to also add captions to it, simply click on the subtitles icon right here just like this. Then click on AI auto subtitles. There we go. Then select the style you want your subtitles in. But keep in mind, if you want to use subtitles, you have to use credits. But since we want to use it for free, we just have to ignore it for now. That said, I actually like it without the subtitles. So all you need to do, if everything is okay, is to simply click on export right here. And as you can see under video, I can export it in either 480p, 720, 1080 or 4K. So I'm going to select 4K, leave the frame rate as it is. Then for the quality, obviously I'm going to select high quality, then click on export right here, and I just need to wait a few seconds. It is going to be downloaded onto my device. That said, if you have your own editing software you use and you're comfortable with that, go on ahead and use it. Something like Capcut is also going to work just fine, but I recommend you use this specific one here. So I'm going to return to Google Flow one more time. I'm simply going to close this real quick and show you something. Let me click on my icon right here, and as you can see, I have only 5 credits left. Tomorrow it is going to refresh to 50 credits. So you're going to get about 50 credits every single day. But if you want to upgrade, let me show you the pricing and everything. So this is how it is going to look like. We have the monthly fees and everything. You can check out the annual ones here as well. But what I recommend you do is try out the free version for a few days to get a feel of how everything is. So when you go in for the paid version, you really wouldn't waste that much credits. So that is basically everything you need to know about this new AI video generation model they introduced. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Also, during your own generation, if you encounter any issues, leave them in the comment section as well. See you all in the next video. Peace.